Have you ever wondered what Christmas might feel like if we brought back a little of its forgotten magic? Sure, the season is still packed with joy, but many traditions that once made the holidays feel truly enchanting have quietly slipped away. From glittering tinsel trees to handwritten cards, let's uncover some long-lost Christmas customs and imagine what it might be like to revive them. And yes, there might be some chaos involved, because who doesn't love a bit of holiday mischief? The glittering magic of tinsel. Remember when Christmas trees didn't just shine, they sparkled? Tinsel was once the crown jewel of holiday decor, those shimmering strands that turned even the humblest tree into a glistening wonderland. It wasn't just about decoration, it was an event. Families would meticulously drape, or chaotically toss, each strand until the tree twinkled like it had been dusted with holiday magic. But tinsel didn't just fade, it was banished by modern decor trends in favor of minimalism. Have you ever tried explaining to a minimalist why you want your tree to look like it moonlighted as a disco ball? Not easy. Yet imagine bringing tinsel back. Picture it cascading down the branches, catching the glow of the lights. Sure, it's a little messy, and you'll probably be picking it out of your vacuum until July. But isn't that part of the fun? Real candles on Christmas trees. What could go wrong? Now, here's a tradition that combines holiday beauty with a hint of danger. Real candles on Christmas trees. Yes, before we had strings of electric lights, families would perch tiny candles on their trees. The flickering glow wasn't just warm, it was downright magical. The ornaments shimmered, the tinsel twinkled, if it hadn't already started a small fire, and the whole scene felt like something out of a storybook. Of course, there was a catch. It required a bucket of water on standby, and a lot of nerve. Safety concerns eventually gave candles the boot. But imagine reviving this for a special moment. Just for one evening with proper precautions and maybe a fire extinguisher nearby. It's a glimpse into a cozier, simpler Christmas that makes you pause and appreciate the season in a whole new light, literally. The joy of handwritten Christmas cards. Let's take a quick trip to your mailbox. Instead of bills or a poorly wrapped package, you find a beautifully handwritten Christmas card. Not a generic Happy Holidays email with a snowman emoji, an actual card picked just for you. Feels different, doesn't it? Once upon a time, sending Christmas cards was a cherished tradition. People would select cards with intricate designs, maybe a bit of gold foil for flair, and pen heartfelt notes to friends and family. Each card felt like a tiny gift. Today? Well, it's all e-cards and group texts. Practical, sure, but where's the romance in that? Imagine the joy of bringing this back. Writing cards, receiving them, and rediscovering the thrill of opening something personal. Plus, it's the perfect excuse to flex your cursive skills. Or at least try. Wouldn't you love to find a little extra magic in your mailbox this year? Carolers at your doorstep. Close your eyes and imagine a knock at your door on a crisp December evening. You open it to find a group of bundled-up carolers, harmonizing their way through silent night. Sounds dreamy, right? Door-to-door caroling was once a holiday staple. It wasn't just about the music. It was about connection, neighbors coming together to spread joy. These days, the idea of strangers showing up unannounced might send some of us running for the Do Not Disturb sign. But what if we brought it back, just for a night? Imagine the warmth of voices blending in song, the nostalgia of sharing a moment with neighbors you might not even know. And if your singing voice isn't quite Broadway ready, no worries, holiday cheer forgives all. The cozy charm of stockings by the fireplace. Have you ever stopped to wonder why we hang stockings? Is it just for Santa, or is it for the magic they carry? Before they became oversized, decorative masterpieces with glitter and sequins, stockings were, well, just socks. Families would hang up their actual stockings, yes, the ones they wore on their feet, and wait for Santa to fill them with simple surprises. Picture this: waking up to find an orange, some nuts, or a piece of candy tucked inside. Not the latest gadget or a mountain of gift cards, but something small and heartfelt. Sure, it wasn't extravagant, but wasn't that kind of the point? It was a little piece of Christmas magic that reminded everyone that joy often comes in the simplest of things. These days, stockings are more Pinterest perfect than practical. They're hung on stair rails, walls, or wherever there's space, and often they're too fancy to even touch. But imagine going old school, hanging up actual stockings by the fire, filling them with thoughtful small treats, and bringing a little of that rustic charm back to Christmas morning. Who needs lavish gifts when you have the thrill of a hidden orange, waiting to be discovered, crackling Yule logs, and fireside stories? If stockings hung by the fire feel nostalgic, how about the fire itself? The Yule log tradition harks back to a time when families would gather around a crackling fire to celebrate togetherness. The Yule log wasn't just about warmth, it symbolized hope and renewal, burning bright as a reminder of the light ahead. Nowadays, the closest some of us get to a Yule log is the virtual one streaming on our TV. No judgment, it's convenient, and no cleanup required. But imagine bringing back the real deal, lighting a log, sitting together, and sharing stories or memories while the fire crackles in the background. It's the kind of tradition that creates a sense of closeness, even in the hustle of the holidays. And hey, if you don't have a fireplace, no problem. Just light a candle or even break out a s'mores kit. It's less about the fire and more about what it represents. Warmth, connection, and a little slice of peace during the busiest time of year. The comeback of fruitcake. Be honest. When was the last time you saw a fruitcake and thought, yum, I can't wait to dig in? Probably never, right? Fruitcake has become the dad joke of holiday treats, easy to mock and hard to love. But let's rewind to a time when this dense, nutty, boozy delight was the ultimate gift of holiday goodwill. Packed with dried fruits, nuts, and often a generous splash of brandy or rum, a properly made fruitcake wasn't just a dessert, it was a labor of love. It took weeks to prepare, aging like fine wine to bring out its full flavor. And the best part? It lasted forever. Well, almost. Fruitcake was built to endure long journeys and months of celebration, making it the perfect holiday gift. Imagine receiving a fruitcake made with care, each slice a sweet reminder of the giver's effort and thoughtfulness. Sure, it might not beat cookies in a popularity contest, but a well-made fruitcake, moist, flavorful, and rich, could surprise even the toughest critic. Could fruitcake stage a holiday comeback? Maybe. It might require a bit of a PR rebrand, but for those willing to give it another shot, it just might be the taste of Christmas they didn't know they were missing. After all, isn't it time we let this misunderstood classic out of the punchline corner and back into the spotlight? So what do you say? Ready to revive some holiday traditions? Whether it's filling stockings with oranges or gathering around a crackling fire, these forgotten customs remind us what the holidays are truly about: connection, joy, and a little bit of magic. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.